Hi, and welcome to Dwayne's Guitar Lessons, where we are working on the next 5 training tips of our 25 training tips for better lead guitar playing. And we're just about ready to come to the end of this these 25 tips, but we got some bonus tips coming at you, so watch for that as well. Okay, so now we are at practice tip number 21. Practice with the drummer, okay? This is a really good important thing to do because it really helps you with your timing. Now, if you can't practice with an actual drummer, I would recommend trying to practice with the song, okay? When I teach my students live, I always teach them, we work on practicing with the song, okay? And that really helps a lot because it helps improve your timing. You know, it helps you get used to listening to the beat. Now, the only other way to really do that would be to work with the metronome. Those work really well too, but sometimes that back and forth click, 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 that just can just, drive you nuts. I know it used to drive me nuts when I tried to do that, so I had to stop doing that. So, but if that works for you, that stuff works really good sometimes when you're just trying to improve your lead guitar playing, your finger exercises, get your timing down. A click track is really good for that. So if you're working on something like that, like some of the lessons that we discussed before, then yes, using the metronome really helps with that. But once you're learning, you get that stuff down, try to practice with the drummer. Try to practice with maybe a drum machine. You can even get like a drum machine, or you can find some drum beats on the internet. Just go onto YouTube, backing track drum beats, and you can find some different ones, and they really help give you some inspiration and help improve your creativity as well. Okay, so I would highly recommend doing that. Okay, work either with like a live drummer or work with. Let me get this piece of paper here that fell. Okay, so either work with a live drummer or work with a drum beat on the internet, or get a drum machine, or just something to help you with getting your timing development. We talked about that. It's very, very important. You got to have that timing. Okay. All right. So number 22, use a slide. Using a slide is really cool. Have you ever used one of these? These are really neat. Okay. They look like this is a clear one. They come in all kinds of different sizes and shapes. This one's just a clear one. Sometimes they're metal. Now these come back more from like the blues. A lot of blues players, they would take a bottle and they would slide it up and down the strings like this. You get some really cool sounds with this stuff. And usually it goes like on one of your fingers. This one's kind of small. I put this one on my pinky, but you can see that it's really a lot popular thing for like the blues and stuff. And there's just different ones you can do, different ways you can play it. Really give you some really cool creative ideas for your lead guitar playing. So I would highly recommend getting you a slide. You can get a glass one or get a metal one, or sometimes they come in like different sizes and shapes and stuff. And some of them are brass, some of them are stainless steel. You can usually play them on their third finger. I've seen some guys play them on their second finger or the pinky. Doesn't really matter how you do it. Just get one and try to work on some of these ideas that you've learned in these. So really help get your creativity going. Come up with some new ideas. And you'll also hear it in songs too. And you'll be like, oh yeah, he's using the slide. ZZ Top uses this a lot, like in Tush. A lot of blues players use a slide, so that's kind of where that comes from. So I'd recommend trying that, okay? That'll really help your guitar playing a lot. Give you some really good ideas. Okay, so number 24, fine-tune your playing, okay? This is a really good, important one because you listen to what you're doing. Always listen to how you're playing, and like we talked about muting strings, and if you're getting fret buzz or if you're getting unwanted strings that you're hearing, you always want to be fine-tuning your playing, listening to yourself and seeing where you need to like adjust your hands or adjust your fingers, or put your hand in a certain position to play a lick or something like that. The thing about guitar that's great is it's really a self-discovery is what it is. It's all about self-discovery, personal journey that you're taking upon for yourself. The only person you really compete against is yourself. And that's what's great about the guitar, is it's a really personal journey, like I've talked about many times. And as you discover this, and you figure these things out, and you fine-tune your playing, you start to get better, you start to discover your sound, and you find your inner self. And that's what's really good. That's when you start bringing out your originality, okay? So always be practicing that, okay? Always be doing that. Checking out your playing, seeing what you're doing, what's sounding good, what's not sounding good, what's working, what's not working, and keep always focusing on that, okay? And then, of course, number 25, play with an acoustic guitar once in a while, okay? And this is a really good thing. Let me grab my acoustic real quick here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, this is a really good thing because it helps to build your strength in your fingers. Okay. I remember a long time ago when I was first starting out, I was normally playing the electric, but then I got an acoustic guitar and started playing that, you know, especially if you're doing like your finger exercises and stuff like this, you know what I mean? Practice your alternate picking. Practice your finger exercises. Your hammer-ons, pull-off slides, all that good stuff, you know what I mean? It's really help you out. I remember this guitar is one of my newer acoustic guitars. Actually, I've had this a while, but I remember my first acoustic guitar was kind of an older one. It had the heavy, thick strings on it and a real thick neck on it, and it was hard to push them strings down, you know. But I played with it for a while, you know. Learned how to do some chords and stuff, strum some stuff, and man, I went back to the electric guitar and it was like playing butter, you know, because my fingers were used to the thicker strings, you know. So, and that's what's great about an acoustic guitar. It has thicker strings, a little bit harder to play. You really have to work at it a little bit more, you know. So, always take that into consideration well with your guitar playing, okay? Always take that into consideration. Pick up an acoustic once in a while. If you don't have an acoustic, get one. You can get them pretty cheap, you know. Acoustics nowadays, they have, you know, thinner necks on them. They got the lighter strings, you know. But sometimes one of those old guitars, those old like Spanish style guitars that you find like in a pawn shop, there's the thick strings. Sometimes those are really good because they really help to strengthen your fingers, strengthen your finger dexterity and everything. They really help with that kind of stuff, okay? So I would highly recommend getting an acoustic guitar and playing it once in a while. It'll really help to build up the dexterity in your fingers, okay? Maybe I'll put some together with an acoustic guitar too, because I play acoustic guitar too. Not as much as the electric, but I do play some acoustic guitar, you know. And I know if you just work on this, I guarantee it's going to really help your guitar playing, okay? So, there we go with that video. I want to say thank you so much for watching these videos. I hope you're getting a lot out of it. And we have some bonus training tips coming too, so watch for that, okay? I'm going to be having that in the next couple of videos, showing you some of those bonus tips that were in that manual. So watch for that, and I hope you have yourself a happy new year. Hope you're safe, and I hope you've had a great holiday. And next year, we're going to do some really cool things. So just keep watching for these, and as time goes on, I'm going to be sending you some more training tips to help you keep your mojo going, okay? So you take care, and we'll see you next time.